Well, hi, hello, my dear students. Welcome to my video lecture class. Right, before going to start this session, I would like to give introduction about myself. This is Sri Sai Kema. I am dealing subject physics. I am working as NEET JEE Main Physics faculty. Right, you are all are aware of it. NEET and JEE Main are two important competitive exams to get medical and engineering seats in different reputed colleges. So physics is one of the subject will plays a crucial role to crack NEET and JEE. Today I am going to start the most important topic in 11th physics, that is kinematics. First of all, what is the weightage of this chapter in NEET and JEE? The weightage of this chapter is mainly 3 to 4 questions. 3 to 4 questions is the weightage of this chapter in NEET and JEE. That means 12 to 16 marks is weightage of this chapter in NEET and JEE. So this is very important chapter. So watch the lecture till the end. In this chapter I am going to explain fundamentals to typical problems. I am dealing fundamental concepts and I am going to explain typical problems at the end of the lecture, and I'll give worksheets after completion of each lecture. So watch the lecture till the end. While watching lecture, if you had any doubt, feel free to mention in comment box. I'll give explanation about every doubt. So we have to start this kinematics. So what is introduction about this kinematics? So the main thing is, we are going to start any topic. We had three questions. First one is what and why. So what, why, where. So in our mind arises these three questions. We have to deal any concept. What is the concept? And why we have to learn this concept? Where should we apply this concept? These three terms are very important. Questioning terms. What is the concept? Why we have to learn this concept? Where we have to apply this concept? So these three questions, you are all got solution. If you watch the lecture, if you watch all my lectures till the end, definitely you got a clear idea about these three questions. Right. Let us start our session with introduction of kinematics. First of all, what is meant by kinematics? Kinematics. Kinematics is a branch of mechanics. It is branch of mechanics which deals study of study of motion of a body without considering cause of motion, without considering cause of motion. Well, kinematics, it is a branch of mechanics which deals study of motion of a body without considering cause of motion. So what is the meaning of this? We have to study in this topic study of motion of a body. We have to study motion of a body. Here we doesn't considering causes of the motion. What are the causes required for the motion? That causes we never consider. That is called kinematics. First of all, what are the causes of motion? Causes. What is the main cause? What is the main cause for the motion of your body? Force. Undoubtedly, force is one of the best cause to move any body. Is it or not? If force must required to move any body. So this is one of the best cause. Here we doesn't consider causes. We doesn't consider causes. We just study the motion of a body. That is called kinematics. So this is branch of mechanics. Kinematics is branch of mechanics. Now you had an idea. You have a doubt. While we considering cause of motion, then what is that? If you consider cause of motion, that is called dynamics. That is called dynamics. So now I clearly explain here. Mechanics. So if we have to take mechanics, here it should contains two parts. One is kinematics and second one is dynamics. So here to study motion of a body without considering cause of motion, without considering cause of motion. Here to study motion of a body with considering cause of motion, with considering cause of motion. So this is the definition of kinematics. So now, what are the major contents in this chapter? I am going to tell. Right. So the major contents of this chapter, kinematics, we are dealing motion of a body. So that means how many types of motions are possible. So generally think it, how many types of motions are possible? We had mainly three types of motions are possible. One is straight line motion. Second one is projectile motion. Third one is circular motion. So mainly we are dealing in this chapter these three motions. One is straight line motion. Second one is projectile motion. Third one is circular motion. So mainly we are dealing these three motions in this chapter. First one, straight line motion, is also called as motion in one dimension. Motion in one dimension. and it is also called as rectilinear motion. It is also called as rectilinear motion or linear motion. Linear motion. It is also called as linear motion and it is also called as rectilinear motion. Next, projectile motion. So this projectile motion and circular motion both are examples of motion in two dimension. These two are coming under category motion in two dimension. So now you have a doubt. Motion in one dimension, motion in two dimension. What is a dimension here? What is dimension? Dimension is nothing but coordinates of position. Coordinates of position of a body. For example, if your body moves in x-axis direction, simply dimension means direction. If a body moves in only one direction, then that motion is said to be motion in one dimension. If a body moves in two directions like x-axis, y-axis, then that motion is said to be two-dimensional motion. Listen friends, very easy, don't panic. Simple concept. If your body moves in one direction, then that motion is said to be motion in one dimension. If your body moves in two directions like x-axis, y-axis or y-axis, z-axis, any two direction it is moving, then that motion is said to be two dimension. That means motion in two dimension. Okay, so this is about straight line motion, projectile motion and circular motion. So we had some conditions to explain this straight line motion, projectile motion and circular motion. So now I am going to give some conditions about this straight line, projectile and circular motion. Right. First we are dealing straight line motion. So mainly how many motions are possible ma we had? We had three motions. One is motion in one dimension, second one is projectile motion, third one is circular motion. This projectile motion and circular motion are the examples of motion in two dimension. Motion in two dimension, right? Now, straight line motion. Now we are dealing straight line motion. Straight line motion. Okay. So what is the main condition for this straight line motion? What is the main condition? So here main condition is acceleration is constant. Acceleration is constant. Already you are all well known about acceleration. Acceleration means rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. Here for this particular motion, acceleration must be constant. Acceleration of your body must be constant and angle between velocity vector and acceleration vector must be 0 degrees or 180 degrees. 0 degrees or 180 degrees. Next. So this is very important. Acceleration is constant. Throughout the motion, acceleration of the body is constant. Okay, that motion is called, what is that motion ma? Uniform accelerated motion. Uniform means same acceleration. Throughout the motion, same acceleration. That motion is said to be uniform accelerated motion. So here acceleration is constant. That means motion is here uniform accelerated motion. And one more thing, angle between velocity vector and acceleration vector, both are angle is 0 degrees or 180 degrees. If angle is 0 degrees or 180 degrees, so then definitely that motion is straight line motion. Example, Example. Example is, if a car moves on straight road. Car moves on straight road. Okay. Car moves on straight road. That means that is one of the example for straight line motion. Straight road. That means body moves in one dimension, only one direction. So that's why this motion is called motion in one dimension or motion in a straight line. So now, next one. Circular motion. Next one, circular motion. Circular motion. In this circular motion, here in this circular motion, acceleration is constant for this circular motion. For this circular motion is, acceleration is sometimes here, magnitude of acceleration is constant, but direction of acceleration will be changes. That means here, if you consider, main point is, here sometimes acceleration is constant, sometimes here acceleration is not constant. So here main thing is, so we have to avoid this acceleration term here. So the main point is angle between velocity vector and acceleration vector. Angle between velocity vector and acceleration vector must be 90 degrees. Then that motion is said to be circular motion. How can we tell that angle between velocity vector and acceleration vector is 90 degrees? So just I draw the diagram here. So this is circular knot. Circle. For this circle, observe carefully. So what is the direction of velocity here? What is the direction of velocity? Here direction of velocity is always tangent to the circle. This is velocity direction. Direction of acceleration. This is direction of acceleration. This is direction of velocity. So angle between these two is 90 degrees or not? So here main thing is, V bar is always tangent to the circle. Direction of velocity is always tangent to the circle. Acceleration. Direction of acceleration is towards the center. So that's why this acceleration is also called as centripetal acceleration. The acceleration which acts towards the center, that acceleration is called centripetal acceleration. Angle between velocity vector and acceleration vector is 90 degrees. That motion is said to be circular motion. In this circular motion, velocity changes continuously. Magnitude of velocity is constant, but direction of velocity changes continuously. Then only we form circle. So observe carefully here. We need to form circle. The main important point is, so in the beginning of the topic or lecture, I told that circular motion is example of motion in two dimension. Circular motion is example of motion in two dimension. Is it or not? So now I ask one question. Why circular motion is two-dimensional motion? Beginning of my session, I told circular motion is coming under category projectile motion, and circular motion both are coming under category motion in two dimension. Why circular motion is two dimension? Here main thing is, for this circular motion, how can we form circle? Observe carefully. Here direction of velocity is this. I already told. Direction of velocity is always tangent to the circle. Always tangent to the circle. This is direction of velocity here. Here this is direction of velocity here. Please observe carefully. Definitely you realize that you got a new point. Here direction of velocity is, observe carefully. At this point direction of velocity is upwards. At this point direction of velocity is like left side direction, leftwards. And here direction of velocity is downside. Here direction of velocity, at this point direction of velocity is rightwards. So here the main thing is, throughout the motion, velocity direction is changes continuously. So to form circle, direction of velocity is changes continuously. To form circle, direction of velocity changes continuously. Then only we can able to form circle. Observe carefully. So here direction is like this, here direction is like this, here direction is like this, here direction is like this. That means, so full circle will form. Definitely direction of velocity changes, only it is possible. So here one direction, here another direction, here one direction, here another direction. Here direction, how many directions are possible here? Two directions. This direction, this is positive y-axis direction. This is negative x-axis direction. Negative x-axis direction. What is this direction? Already you know. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. This is nothing but positive x-axis. This is nothing but negative x-axis. This is nothing but positive y-axis. Positive y-axis. This is negative y-axis. So observe here. At this point here, upward. Direction of velocity is upward. Direction of velocity is upward means positive y-axis here. At this point, the direction is negative x-axis. At this point, downward. Downward means negative y-axis. At this point, this is, observe here, man. Observe this diagram, here direction observe. So here the direction of velocity vector is in this direction, that is nothing but positive x-axis direction. Positive x-axis direction. Here, to form a circle, direction of velocity is changes continuously. How many directions are possible here? Two directions. X-axis direction, y-axis direction. Whether it may be negative direction or positive direction. How many directions are possible here? Two directions. X-axis here. Two directions takes place. X-axis and y-axis. X-axis direction and y-axis direction. Two directions takes place. So circular motion is two-dimensional motion. So circular motion is two-dimensional motion. In this circular motion, velocity is changes continuously. Direction of velocity changes continuously. So this is about circular motion, and the main important thing is here, angle between velocity vector and acceleration vector is always 90 degrees in circular motion. This is about circular motion. Next, projectile motion. Next one is projectile motion. So this is very important. Next motion is projectile motion. Just I am giving introduction. Next, projectile motion. Here main thing is acceleration is constant. Here also acceleration is constant. Acceleration is constant. Angle between velocity vector and acceleration vector. Vector means what, ma? If a physical quantity which has both magnitude and direction, that is called vector here. Velocity vector and acceleration vector. Angle between velocity vector and acceleration vector is other than 90 degrees. Other than 90 degrees or 180 degrees. Other than 90 degrees or 180 degrees. What is the meaning here? That angle not equal to here angle. Let us consider, let theta be angle between velocity vector and acceleration vector. This theta is not equal to 90 degrees, not equal to 180 degrees. So then definitely that motion is said to be, projectile motion. If angle between velocity vector and acceleration vector other than 90 degrees or 180 degrees, so that motion is said to be projectile motion. So here that motion is must be projectile motion. Here also the body moves in two-dimensional motion. For example, so if you consider, so if you project a body like this, if your body projected like this, here direction of body is in one direction, here direction of body is another direction. Here projectile motion also coming under, for example, like this. So this is one of the example for projectile motion. So for example, we consider one pebble or a stone which is thrown upwards. It is going to be move like a parabolic path. That is one of the example for projectile motion. We'll discuss this straight line motion, projectile motion, circular motion briefly and clearly in further lectures. So I'll explain very detailed details about this straight line motion and circular motion and projectile motion in further lectures. So this is about today's session. I hope you all are understood this lecture. While watching this lecture, if you will get any doubt, feel free to mention in comment box. Okay, and watch the lectures regularly. Definitely you will get new points and you realize that you got new points. So please watch the lecture till the end, and you are easy to solve any type of questions was given like a NEET and JEE if you watch the lectures regularly. So I hope my lecture is reached to you today. Lecture is reached to you, and again I'll come back with new concepts and new formulas. Thank you so much.